Hi, YouTube. We went to our second class for adoption and foster care tonight, and I just want to do a quick weekly update on things that we went over. Um, First of all, the class itself tonight, we focused a lot on the development stages of children. We just, at the beginning of class, did like a little skit on how a child might end up in foster care and things that might happen or come out while they're in foster care. That was kind of interesting, eye opening to. The main point was that the information that they give you when you become a foster parent, they may have a case history, that's just very small, and they are mandated by law to give you all that information. But like this child had, excuse me, had ended up being sexually abused, which didn't come out until after they were in the foster home. So um, that's just kind of something interesting to get you thinking about the situations that you might encounter by being a foster parent. The other thing that we talked about, which was kind of like a review for me, I think most of you know that I'm in college right now, and one of the classes that I take is a child development class, psychology development class. And so tonight, part of what we went over was exactly what we go over in that class, which was about the behavioral psychologist Erikson, and just about his stages of development and things like that, and what can happen when um, something happens, like a trauma happens during one of the stages of development, how that can affect the child throughout their entire life. Um, After class, that was pretty much what happened in class. Nothing really, no real questions answered or anything like that, anything, groundbreaking information. But we did stay after class because we were walking out, and the couple that was in front of us actually was talking to one of the workers there about rooms that they had available in their attic and what regulations or whatever there was. And we were so happy that someone else had that question. And basically, what we ended up finding out is that it's absolutely fine, which is great to know because, like I've said before, 2 of our rooms are in the attic. So he said, with his agency, and it can differ from agency to agency. He said, some agencies are a lot more pickier than others. He said they're just basically looking to place kids in good homes. The attic, as in any other bedroom, has to have 2 ways out, like a window and a door. So as long as there's windows in the room, which ours there are, and I guess maybe they have to be full sized or whatever, but ours are, so that's not an issue. So that made us very, very happy to find out. Because that opens us up to so many more things. One of the main things I think that is really good is that with us having 3 bedrooms available right off the bat, that allows us to get sibling groups, and sibling groups I know are harder to place. And with that, I think we have a greater chance, just from what I know, I think that gives us a greater chance of having young kids. So that's good to know. The other thing we talked to him about, which was kind of interesting, is I don't know exactly what they call it, but I'm going to call it a stipend. The stipend that you get for like the room and board of having kids. He talked a little bit about that, and he said, now my husband, because I was just talking to him about this, he thinks that it is a state rate, so it may be different in other areas. But the stipend for like a kid that I hate to call him, but a normal kid that it has no documentation of like behavioral issues, no medical issues, no anything like that, and just needs placement or whatever. That is like $22 a day, I think he said, or $23, somewhere in the 20s per day. And the other thing to mention is that this money is, because it's a non-for-profit agency, it is not taxable. So this is all money, tax, free of taxes. So that's good. And it's now the next step would be a child that has some behavioral or medical issues, and they have like a name for it, and I can't remember what that was, but that was $30 some a day, like 33 maybe, I'm not sure. And I do remember the last step was like a therapeutic child. This is a child that needs severe, I don't even know if I want to say severe, just like medical or therapy needs of some sort, more of a constant attention. That was like $57 a day. So that's really good to know. I mean, not because we're in this for the money or anything like that, but just because one of the things we have been discussing a lot lately, my husband and I, are like childcare and things like that. We have, with me being off this summer, it's going to be really interesting to see exactly what happens, because we've honestly talked about me just being a stay-at-home mom, and not going back to school in the fall. I don't know exactly how that's going to play out, and I don't know. I just don't know. You know what I mean? We kind of want to see where the fertility stuff goes. I definitely would not mind being a stay-at-home mom, but I'm not going to like hold out forever for that either, if you know what I mean. Like, I want to, if nothing's happening this summer, no kids are placed with us, we're not getting pregnant, and I'm just going to continue through school, but that's another thing. What else was I going to say? Something, I don't know. We also talked to him about, through his agency, the children that are available. He said that somehow it got out that the children through this particular agency, and I'm pretty sure it's not a national agency, I'm pretty sure that it's just a local agency, but he said they do have all kinds of children available. You know, he's placed babies, toddlers, infants, all the way up, which I was really glad to hear about, because the agency that he works with is the same agency that my husband's nephew was involved in when we took custody of him. And just from what I saw of them, and I think I may have mentioned this in one of my other videos, they only had like teenage kids. So that is really good to know. So that seems like possibly that's going to be a really good agency to work through. I'm not absolutely positive yet, though, because we really want to be able to work with somewhere that is national. I think the more I get to know about it, that may not be the case. I mean, if there's plenty of children in our area, then maybe we won't need to go national, but I don't want to sit and wait for years either to get a child. So we'll see what happens with that. That's pretty much it. We filled out all of our profile information. My husband actually just finished it up before we went to class tonight, because we have been so stinking busy. But we got all that in. So what that means is that we will have like a person from their agency. My dog's like sneezing or something. They'll have a person from their agency call us, set up an appointment to do the initial visit. I don't know exactly what is entailed in that. As like I said, as I get more information, I'll definitely do a video or whatever on it. But everything went really well tonight. And the more classes we go to, I'm just really getting really excited. The guy told us that just yesterday or whatever, he got a call to place 3 kids, like an 18-month-old, a 2-year-old, and a 5-year-old or something like that. And, you know, that's really kind of what we're looking for. So it's really encouraging. So I don't know if they were freed for adoption, or, you know, if they were just what the case was. We're not absolutely sure either on exactly what we're going to do. You can either, you know, just have foster kids that are a temporary placement that eventually will go back to their family. And they talked also last time, you can have kids that are just freed for adoption, which means they'll come to your house for, I think it's 6 months. If everything goes well in the 6 months, then you're free to adopt them. I don't know exactly how that works, and I assume you probably wait a little longer for that. Or you can just have adoption-only kids. And I don't know exactly what the difference is there, but there is some difference. And like I said, I'm no expert on this. I don't know specifically about it. If you have any questions, definitely let me know. Like I said, we really haven't covered, you know, an awful lot just yet, but I was really happy to find out that information on the home study. So, let's see what else. I still have not called the doctor yet about setting up a fertility appointment. I am going to do that because we have an actual date for insurance and everything. So I want to wait till school is done. School is done in the middle of May. The insurance kicks in June 1st, so I'm thinking right around the beginning of June I want to set up an appointment. I'll be free and clear of all stress and everything, hopefully. So, that's it. I hope everyone is having a wonderful, wonderful night. And again, if you have any questions, just email me. Don't forget to subscribe. All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye.